Alright, so I'm on wheeldecide.com because apparently this is how you can choose letters to play categories, which if you've never heard of, it's a board game and you should check it out. This is our new series. I think I'm gonna call it the Comfy series, and just do random things in the background and be silly. So categories. Silliness is my topic right now, but it's probably not going to be the topic. Here's my categories list, which is too big right now. Of course, I won't page down any farther. Oh, it fits perfectly. I wonder if I can make this 2 columns. That would be too perfect, wouldn't it? If it just fit nicely. Or if columns didn't do this every time. That would just be fantastic. I want to type in the second column. Why is that never an option? Well, that's unreadable. See, maybe that'll work. What do I have to... Oh, I'm deleting letters. No, I'm doing this backwards, aren't I? It's not here that I have to add space, it's at the end of these that I have to add said space. Okay. Okay. And I don't know why, I usually have the paragraph markers on, just because it's easier to tell what's going on. And the letter I got was W, so good luck to me. Because that's going to be hard. I'm just going to do this in the background while I talk about something random, though. I have lists of something random to talk about somewhere that would probably be helpful right now, but I don't think I have them open anymore, which is fantastic. Oh, I have so many random notes open on that text document, but I just have a bunch of numbers and like for how or where or what different enemies appear in one of the games, one of the RPG Maker games. What's going to be hard is not putting anything twice. Why are these like that? That's not what I wanted to do. I don't want you to be like that. That's not what I wanted to do. Is it this one? Nope, no it's not. Well, that's gonna stay like that, because I don't feel like trying to figure out how to fix it. That's a multiplayer game. But yeah, all kinds of silliness. I know in one of these videos I want to talk about cat stories, so that'll be probably a different video, because I can talk about that while I play a cat video, which I think would be a good background for something like that. Locations would have been a good one for this list. Adds it as a 13. Even though that would be ridiculous. Because then I can put Wutai. Just because I thought of it. I don't know if there are 13 of these, so I think I'm going to number them just so I have something of a reference point, because they don't line up perfectly. Okay, I guess there are 13 of them. Now they really don't line up very well. Oh well. Oh, because these have space between paragraphs. Why? Or it's different space. They're like almost double spaced. It's a little bit less. Okay, anyway, other topics that I'll probably talk about. Oh yeah, I totally want to do a ghost stories episode. Or whatever these are. That would be pretty fantastic. Had some pretty awesome, spooky, woogie things happen to me or to friends. I have a couple friends who have houses that are, weird things happen there all the time. Weird sounds happen there all the time. My house that I say that I grew up in, lived for several years when I was young. You could just hear, it sounded exactly like somebody walking from one side of the house to the other upstairs when you were downstairs at night. So it was probably pipes or raccoons. I don't think raccoons could get up there. I don't think we had anything like between the floor and the ceiling. I don't know. Some houses do have that kind of a setup where that could be, but we never had critters. Wasn't really an area where there were a lot of critters or woods or anything, so it probably wouldn't have figured. But yeah, I'll dedicate an entire episode to that in this series. That'll be a really comfy episode. So I think that'll be probably a theme, since I decided to use the word comfy for the name of this series, that will either go with I'm sitting in bed drinking tea right now, here is my mug, versus uncomfortable times. Like times when I've fallen and hurt myself, which I did recently in the last couple weeks. I fell on my hip that I've fallen on several times, and I didn't actually hurt myself this time, so that was actually pretty fantastic, because I fell on my wrist pretty bad, but it's only sore. It's still sore 3 weeks later. Is it 3 weeks later? I think it's 3 weeks later. I don't know. I could look at a calendar, but I accidentally answered a phone call. And oops. I hope that wasn't an important call, because I didn't recognize the number. They'll send me an email if it's somebody who needed to get a hold of me. But I opened up my phone to, yes, I have a flip phone. Yay! But I opened it up to look at the calendar really quick. Oh wow, it's been a month today since I fell, and my wrist is still sore. Because I fell back onto my arm. It was one of those, just like in a cartoon, moments where your leg swings up and you know you're gonna fall and it's horrible. Yeah. Fell in the bathroom again. on the tile floor. I gashed my leg open. It was excellent. That happens to me altogether too much, and every single time in a bathroom. But I'll have an entire episode just dedicated to, I'll draw like sketches of the bathrooms that I fell in, because, you know, every single time it was a different bathroom. Yeah, that's, I just realized that for the first time. Yeah, me and bathrooms. Like, if you look up statistics, and I will do that in the other, I'm actually gonna note that now, and I'll pull up some stats on, your chances of dying if you fall in a bathroom, and they're very high. So, yeah, beware of bathrooms. They're scary places. Scarier than some of my ghost stories. Yeah. So, oh, I do want to do a random, I'm not filling this out at all, because I'm just talking, and, not really thinking of anything. Nope, not really thinking of anything whatsoever. W is a difficult letter. I'm not going to be able to pick a limited game. I don't think I know enough limited games. Those are ones that are only on one system, like something like Resident Evil 0 was only on the GameCube and makes me very sad. Things like that. I think Fatal Frame 4 was on only the specifically Japanese Wii, and I'm very sad about that. Games like that were only on one system. I'm sure there's probably a PC game that I could think of, because a lot of those are only on PC and not something else. I just can't think of anything that starts with a W. Fictitious creatures. Games that got a movie. Oh, didn't, was it World of Warcraft or Warcraft? Are those two much of the same thing to be able to put them down? I'd be losing points against myself, which would be ridiculously sad. I'm sure I can come up with something else. Why is there a space between 10 and 11, or 11 and 12? It's one of those days. And put all the numbers in, so I make sure I'm not totally crazy. 2 11s, 11 and oh, but I do want to do like I'll do like a one of those, what were they called, like the find the hidden objects, like I Spy or Where's Waldo, where I'll just take a picture of some ridiculous, like, overstacked portion of house or room, and I'll just talk about random objects that are in the frame, and you can play along and try to find them in the picture while I talk about it, and you have until I stop talking about it to find it. And you can total up your points and be like, I got 15 points as a comment if you want, and it'll be ridiculous, but yeah. I'll try to go through them fast. I'll be like, oh, there's like a waffle iron, and then that's like, you know, I don't really like baking waffles. Next topic. There's a one-shot camera, or those, whatever, like, random things, and I'll, like, say some, like, blurb about it and move on really quick. Unless it's something that has, like, a whole huge story, because then I have to tell the story, of course. And probably everyone will get that point. It'll be a gimme, but, you know. Or I'll talk about them at the end. We'll have, like, 10 items that are, like, okay, find this item. And then I'll highlight them all at the end of the episode, just in case you couldn't find them. But, yeah, I'll do something like that. I probably will add a cooking video to this series. I'll have to dig up my digital camera to record again. I think I've done other cooking videos. Which I meant to do a bunch more of because I know how to cook a lot of random things, so I think a biking video would be hilarious. This is me, like, biffing it down a hill. Crash. I hurt self. Blood in the shot. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I'll fill this in and post it in the next video, because obviously if I'm talking, I'm not doing a very good job of trying to think of things that could actually go in any of these. Yeah. I also just can't think of things that start with W. It's just like walrus, that has to go somewhere. No? What else starts with W? Wolf. That doesn't fit either. A hot chocolate video. I think I've already told hot chocolate stories in another video, in the Today series. So, I mean, I think I do have quite a few hot chocolate stories, where not just the one where, different friends have brought me hot chocolate at different times, but, yeah, I think I have a couple other famous hot chocolate stories where that could be its own episode, and that totally fits in with a cozy theme. So I think that would be fitting to have a random friend episode. I feel like that would have to be like, I'd have to have like a guest, or like see if I could get like snippets from everybody, like something voice, or that I could just play during the video really quick. Be like, here's what friend A has to say, and they'll just like say something silly. Or I'll see if I can get a guest. That could be fun. I had some other... I'm sure I have a ton of video game moments, that I could dredge up some kind of story. Oh, which this categories list is one time that I actually did play categories with friends, but we didn't want to pull out the board game. I don't think we had it, maybe, at whoever's house we were at, so we just made up a bunch of categories, and I'm like so good at just filling things in really quick, except for when I get W. So I made all these lists really quick. I could scroll through, like, it's like a bunch of pages of just lists of things like this. I think it's mostly video games, because we had a good group for gaming and silliness. Yeah, I'm sure there are probably some other stories like that. I think that we probably used a category spinner or something, but I don't remember. But maybe somebody had an app on their phone. I know, and it probably won't be part of the Cozy series, but I'll probably make a third series that I'll post sporadically, where I'll find something to complain about. Because usually I'm not the type to really sit there and complain about things, but certain topics are worth complaining about. So I'll probably find something that I can do something of an entire video of, it would have to be. But, I think I have a small list going through, like, right now. Just, different things. I'm not really sure what a couple of those things mean, because I decided, and I do this to myself all the time, I'll either make it, like, a short bulleted list where I don't give any details, even to myself, so I'll come back to it and be like, this single word, I have no idea what it has to do with anything. I'm getting another phone call? No. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much what this series is going to be about. And I will fill this in and make another video. Maybe in the next one I will go through one of those topics that I mentioned this time, or I'll come up with another topic and we'll try and hit like a good 20 minutes. This one's already at 21. Which is probably a little bit longer, because I think I'm going to try to keep these a little bit shorter, because some of the acorns went like 30 minutes, and, you know, so, alright, that was good for a first episode, even though I did nothing in the background as a visual, but, this is difficult. You should pick random letters and fill this out and post them, because I want to see what things other people can come up with, and maybe if you do W, we can score ours and see if we got any of the same. So yeah, that'll be silly, so maybe I won't post this until somebody else posts their W. And don't pick the same for 1, 10, and 13, okay? But, yeah, that'll, just kind of be how this series goes. I'll just, keep the topic kind of cozy, or completely the opposite of cozy with ghost stories. Although, some people find ghost stories kind of, like, cozy. You cozy up to read a ghost story, so it's kind of with a cozy theme, so... because some ghost stories are kind of lighthearted or end up kind of cute. So, unless they're from certain authors or something where it's just, well, that's about as much blood and guts as anyone could fill pages with. Which, some authors do very well, and other ones, it's like, you spent so much time drawing intestines. I'm so confused. Why were there intestines here and there and so many intestines? But yeah, that's this series. The intro, which is, I let go a little bit longer. I'll try to keep the other ones like 18 to 20 minutes. And yeah, we'll see how this series goes. I think it's going to be fun.